Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. Welcome to Mondays with Mom. We're here Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm here with my mom, Debbie. And 5 years of this.
Yes.
5 years. It's been fun, though. We've come a long way, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a lot of Christmas ideas, and I know we won't get through them all today. This might be a two-parter, so next Monday we'll be finishing up some or even maybe starting on some, because I literally, if you guys could see what I've got, go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 10 to 12 projects for Christmas. And part of it is so I can use up my thrifted hoard back there, but also, believe it or not, in about a month we're going to be stocking the booths for Christmas. I can't believe it. So anyway, good morning, Amy. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, lots of Christmas fun today. So let me so Mom can get started or get finished, finish up this mailbox. I got this last year at a thrift store, and it's just an old mailbox, right? Just an old aluminum mailbox. We started painting it white because when I saw it last year, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do something for Christmas with this, like letters to Santa, or just a decorated Christmas to either on a mantle or on your front porch. We're going to be painting this and probably using transfers, maybe a combination of the IOD stamps and transfers, but I'm not sure yet. This is one of those things that it'll evolve as it goes along. And as I have time to think about it. So all I did so far was take off the piece of old wood and rusty nails and screws that were on the bottom of this. And I think before I'm completely finished with this, I'll probably put something over these edges because they're just a little sharp. Yeah. So anyway, we have started painting it in the DIY paint, White Swan. And it's going to take 2 or 3 light coats. It is, of course, DIY paint goes on any surface, so it's going to be fine on the metal. But more coats, lighter is better than the gloppy coats. Yeah. So we're going to let Mom continue to paint this.
No gloppy coats.
No, and that needed a good cleanup too, and I did that last night so you guys wouldn't have to watch me do all that, but it was dirty. So, okay, Mom's going to be going on that, and I have this chalkboard that I also bought thrifted. It looked like it was originally Hobby Lobby, but it was at Goodwill. It's already red, which I love, on the outside with a little bit of like black distressed looking paint. So all I'm going to do in the center here is paint White Swan, the color Mom is using right now, and then we're going to do this Merry Christmas paint inlay on it. So, and then I may just leave it like that, but after we are done removing the inlay and see what it looks like, we may add a few transfers on the side. So it evolves. Just see how it goes. So first step would be, I think we're okay here as far as clean. Getting the one coat of paint on it, and then on the second coat, as long as that looks like decent coverage, the second coat is going to be what I embed this IOD paint inlay into. And if you are new to paint inlays, they are high quality pigments that are on this carrier paper. And when you lay it into wet paint, and then we're going to spritz it a little bit with some water, we let that dry, and then we re-spritz it and then peel it off. And the pigments on this carrier paper will embed into the paint. So, and it looks hand painted, and it looks really cool. So I know some people are a little scared of the paint inlays, but you don't need to be. And I always suggest starting with small pieces of inlay on small projects so you can kind of get the hang of it before you tackle a little bit bigger like we're doing today. But I always love the way they look. I've done a lot of projects with inlays. Let me get a second coat on this and see how we're doing. So if you are just popping in here, we have got lots of fun Christmas projects planned, and I think some of them will continue into next week. I'm excited to get some stuff finished for the booth to set by all the fun supplies so people can actually see fun ways to use them. If you are local, I wanted to let you guys know, local to Central Indiana, I'm starting my fall classes at Farm Girl, and I will have one at Southport Antique Mall too. So look for that schedule to come out this week. I have a mailing list for just class participants. So if you aren't on that and you are local and would like to get on that, just message me through Facebook. That's fine. And I will add you to that class email list so you guys know upcoming classes. So we do have on September 20th is the anniversary party at Farm Girl Mercantile. I believe it's 8 years.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw.
8 years. And this is that 8 Farm Girls where I got started with my business. So it's pretty special. And I am going to be doing a make and take that day for the anniversary party behind the shop. And yeah, so I think it's going to be just, it's a come and go thing. You can probably complete your project in like 15 or 20 minutes. So if you want to stop by and see me there, and I'll post the price for that. It's not going to be too much, probably like an $8 little project or something, but I've got some stuff planned for maybe Christmas ornaments. So yeah, that'll be the 20th. And then the other dates I will post this week and what the projects are for the regular classes. Especially when you're painting over slick surfaces like metal. You want to use thin coats. It's better to use thin coats, more coats. And then you don't want your paint to be so thick that it's going to drag your brush. It's going to reactivate those lower layers and pull all your paint off. So we want it to be...
You think that's enough?
Yeah, that's good. All right, so this is the coat of paint that I want to put the inlay on. There it is. Again, we're doing the Merry Christmas. And this is from the new set from IOD, the new paint inlay. I was going to find the name for you guys. It's a lot of products to remember the new names of. 12th Night. It's called 12th Night. I love how vintage the font looks on this and stuff. So what we're going to do is put another coat of paint on this, and then we're going to, got to work semi-fast because DIY paint dries so fast and you need it to be wet to embed into. So you want to make sure there's paint everywhere that inlay is going to be laying, because that's the only way it's going to transfer on. And you don't want a big thick amount of paint, like gloppy, but not too thin either. So there's a happy medium in there for your paint inlays. And I got to go all the way up to the top, and I'm going to have to clean that up, the edge, later. So it doesn't have a long open time, which means a long time staying wet, because it is a clay-based paint and it just is fast. Yeah, which is nice, except when you have to.
Except when you're doing
except
the
when
inlay.
you have to have a bigger project. And okay, I think I'm about there. All right, I'm going to stand up so I can get kind of a bird's eye view on this for this Merry Christmas. And I have already placed it in there and made the fold lines, so I kind of know what I'm doing here. But I want to get it set this way, and then I think I'm going to just start at the top and work my way down, because once it's on there, it's on there. You're committed. So I think I lined it up pretty good. And I'm going to just, from the top down, kind of like we're using decoupage paper, kind of work out those wrinkles. And let it kind of roll down, but watching for wrinkles as I go. Because it starts pretty fast to start embedding. So you don't have time to like peel it back up, like sometimes we do on decoupage paper, but not here. This is going to be cute. Okay, committed. No going back. There's a few little wrinkles. That's going to be all right, but no big bubbles, so that is good. Okay, so what we will do next is spritz it. We don't want to over wet it, but we want to spritz it because that helps activate that pigment transferring. Let me do one thing real quick, and that is use my brayer to kind of gently get this to have good contact. That fits perfect on there. There's just a few flowers on the bottom that didn't make it, but it's really cute.
You want me to wait to turn the... I'll wait a little bit.
Okay, I'm almost ready, but all right, so that part, now we want to just lightly spritz. Again, don't over soak it, but you've got to get it wet on top to activate. All right, and we're going to set this aside and we will peel it hopefully towards the end. All right, I'm notorious for transferring paint all over the projects. Okay, so this is Santa print. This is the JRV paper. And there are some new ones that came out this year. This was a year or two ago. I still have a couple of these left, but there are some new Santas too, and this is Claus with him. So you might want to check the rice papers out. And this is the cute frame I got at Marshall's on clearance. I think what I want to do, I don't think I'm going to decoupage him to it. I think I'm just going to frame him. But what I need to do first is put a coat of white paint on this, because that's going to make him show up a little better than against this brown. So we will do that. All right. Now I just need to figure out how to center him so that because he'll have a little bit at the bottom that doesn't show, but it's pretty close. That's cute. Maybe it'll help to take the glass and line it up that way.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I think I'm going to pull this part down just a tad. So basically I'm just centering him on there how I want him to show up in the frame. I think that's good. All right, so I can kind of, I think what I'll do is just set this in here. All right, so now what so I can kind of tell where it needs to be trimmed by where this glass is. So I'm just going to go around and crease right where that glass is. You can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to go in and just tear right outside that line. It's probably the easiest way. I mean, I could try to cut that, but I don't mind if there's a little extra. You won't see it from the back. All right. Yeah. Okay, so now I have a crease line around there, and I'm just going to, you could cut it. I could cut it since it's not like I'm decoupaging. I would tear this if I was decoupaging.
Well, you could use your exact length if you left the glass on it.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'm just saying.
But that's an idea.
Saying.
I'm going to cut just barely outside of this crease line. When I'm decoupaging, I do like to tear because it gives more of an organic kind of jagged edge, and those seem to lay down better. I don't like to decoupage with a cut line because it just looks too much like a sticker or something.
Kind of harsh.
Yeah.
I hope you can get this off the black.
Oh, that'll be easy to wipe off. As long as we don't seal it. It's when we seal it that it's kind of permanent.
Yeah.
But the DIY, since it's clay base and dries quickly, you can wipe it off just with a wet rag.
Okay.
All right. I could put double stick tape on the back of him up against, if I needed to, but I don't think I'm going to need to, up against the back of the backing.
Yeah.
So let's just try it like this and see. There we go. I wish there was had been more than one of these, you know.
Yeah.
That would have been.
You know, we could always go to Home
Goods
or
yeah.
TJ Maxx. Oh my gosh.
Isn't he cute? Okay. I'm happy with that.
That was easy.
Yeah. So what? $7, and then the rice paper for online is $3.95. So, I mean, I think that's pretty cute. Quick and easy.
Really?
Yeah. Check out the rice papers if you guys haven't already. I'm gonna need some more of those frames. We can look at Marshall's online.
Oh, there you go.
White ceramic canister that I got at Goodwill. Heavy duty though. For a while I had some acrylic paint markers I stored in here. And I'm going to take one of the transfers. There's so many good ones. I want to make sure I give you guys the right name that this came from. I think it came from Winter Botanical. Yes, I love this. Okay, so
just going to let it
yeah,
sit.
you can just let it sit. That is fine. Trying to think if there was something else we could. Do you want to paint one of these boards? We can get going on one of these.
Sure.
I have these chalkboard signs that I've had forever. And I've sold a few as is in my booth, but I think these would make cute little Christmas signs with a collage of the transfers. But I'd like to
get a...
But I don't know that I want... So on the outside of these is just a little design that it came with. I think I want it painted white, Mom, but more just like not covering the whole thing. And it doesn't have
sort
to...
of like your frame?
yeah, just kind of like put a splat, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to... I
That's
don't know the
right.
words.
I know what you mean.
I just don't want it to look like exactly straight
right.
lines.
I'll
Just
use
kind of...
this one.
There you go. Okay, so this is Winter Botanical. It's super pretty. I don't know if you've seen this, Mom, but it's got lots of birds and pine cones.
Oh, cool.
And
I like that tree, too.
some of that, yeah. Some of these can be... You don't... I mean, definitely doesn't have to be Christmas. There's a lot. So this is Winter Botanist, actually. Winter Botanist. And this came from it. And this is just a little... it says Christmas Carol, the Visit of St. Nicholas. And it's got birds and holly and a pretty border. So I thought this would be cute on here. And then I think what I'm going to do is sell it with one of the Christmas trees in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this be the Christmas tree holder. So I'm going to peel that off, get my transfer stick, and get this lined up how I want it. And once you've got it on there, don't shift it. And when you're putting transfers on a rounded surface, can be a little bit tricky, but I usually try to start right on the side and work over. In this case, I kind of went straight down the middle. But I don't lay it all down at once. I kind of get at least a corner or the middle down, and then work my way out to a side. Another thing you can do is make little cuts up at the top of the paper, not into your image, but just right up to it, and that helps it be a little more flexible.
When it's rounded.
When
like
it's
that.
rounding down, yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I love it like that with one more coat.
Okay.
I like the jagged edges.
Okay. I'll let it dry a bit.
You want another one?
Sure.
We'll be doing more than one.
We're getting a lot done.
Yes, that's the plan. But we will go into next week.
Yeah.
It's taken me a little longer because of the curved surface, but you just got to be patient. Take your time. Don't rush it. I'm trying to be careful not to rip anything.
This is kind of fun because it doesn't have to be perfect.
It looks like snow, what
Yeah,
you've
a
done
little
there.
bit. Yeah.
I find these canisters a lot at the thrift store. Sometimes they have lids, and that's nice.
Yeah.
But these are perfect crock. They're like a crock is really what it is. And perfect for holding the Christmas trees.
That's cute.
I know. I love all the flowers and greenery in this set. Again, it's Winter Botanist. I'll put the links in the comments after it all came off.
Wow.
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 Soft t-shirt. And kind of gently rub it. Just make sure everything's down the way it should be. I am not... You could seal this. If you do, put the sealer on the whole thing so it doesn't look like it's only showing on that part. But I'm leaning towards not on this just because it's not something that's going to get a lot of wear. But if you want to be extra careful, you can just Big Top or DIY liquid patina. That's really cute. You wouldn't know that that didn't come on the canister.
And are you going to sell that? I have to say it.
Yeah. I mean, what's nice about these transfers is they don't, when you're putting it on these surfaces, you don't see that outline that makes it look like a sticker.
Right.
It just looks like it's part of the, I really love it. Love it, love it. Okay. That's going to be really good with a Christmas tree in it, I think. Okay, so where are you at on yours?
Well,
You're
they're
going to
not
go
dry.
on.
Do you want me to
Yes, dry them, and then we'll get you get a second coat on there.
Okay.
And I think what we'll do. What time is it? Oh, we got time. So, and it's got a lot of things like postage stamps and postcard and Merry Christmas, Christmas joys, a lot of really cute images. I think these were yours at one point.
Yeah.
So these were in our stash back from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby sells these tags. Probably Amazon does too. So I think we're going to just do some really simple stamping on these for gift tags. And let's see what size it's going to work out better. But Christmas Post is a cute one. The other one I want to use maybe next week is the one with the Nutcracker guy in it. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Okay, so I just opened this stamp today, and the first thing you want to do when you open your IOD stamps is just use a little bit of sandpaper and rough it up just gently one direction and then the other so that your ink has a good surface to adhere to. All right, let's see. What do we want to put on this? There's Christmas Joys is good. Or I had one that was just here. That's Christmas. And then they've got the ones that are like postage stamps, which I think I'm going to do that on here. So what I'm doing is on sets like this, I like to cut apart the pieces and leave them on the backing. And it gives them just a little more, makes them just a little bit more rigid so that they're easier to work with. And then you do have a lot of pieces after you do that, but IOD has some stamp envelope storage things, which I have on my website, and I'll put those in the link too. But that's what I use for all my stamps, and it keeps all the pieces together and just organized. So let's get some of this on there. I'm using the IOD black ink. I think I might get my red ink out too. Tomato.
Oh yeah.
I call it tomato.
Tomato?
Tomato.
Tomato.
This would be just like a little to from tag, but make it look like a postcard. And these are really cute too to use if you guys do the ephemera journals, like the junk journals. Then these little stamp sets are perfect for making little pieces of ephemera to put in there. That looks real. Like someone...
Yeah, it does.
Like someone sent that through the mail. All right. And then I think I might... Should I just leave it like that, or should I put something else on there? I don't know. I think that one's kind of cute as is, and then you can put your to and from on there, you know, just as is. So we're going to leave that. Let me get, I like this little girl here. Christmas Joy. Okay. So I'm going to cut this whole thing out, but I'm not going to ink. She's got like a cute border around her. All right. So it's just the girl, but she's got this border around it, which would be too big for the tag. So I'm just going to ink up the center of it and put it on this tag. It always looks fun to do, but I always see lots of things I want to do, and I don't
run out of
have the time to do it all. Now I see what this says. Now it says Christmas tea. It's got a cat and a little girl trying to line it up right. So once you press that down, just hold it with one hand and use the other hand to make sure all the image is on there, but don't shift it. Oh, that's cute too.
Aww.
Look at that. That would be cute. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think you could, another idea you could do is put a little bit of glue stick in the bottom and top, and then sprinkle on the
that glitter.
Yeah,
stuff.
maybe I'll try to do that. Now we're going to get a little bit of sparkle everywhere.
Well, we like sparkle.
We do like sparkle. All right. Right across the bottom. I need kind of an arch across the top. If you guys will follow Debbie from Debbie's Design Diary, she loves to use glitter glass all the time, the German glitter glass, and I'm going to look into getting some of that. I think my friend Sandy King, too, in Madison, she
uses it?
Yes, she sells it, I think.
Oh.
So just a little bit of sparkle.
Maybe we should go to Max.
I think we should. We definitely should. Okay, now that I did that, I see I want to do the sides. This is a fun craft session. It's a fun crafting session today.
Yes, to do that.
Just a little sparkle. See that?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, let's get some of this ribbon cut.
Now see, do you want me to go over this little... do you not want that to show?
Just so that the chalkboard doesn't show through it so much. Yeah. You're doing great. Very artistic. Okay, pulling this this is real cute. Oh my, this is cute. Okay. Really simple. But I had been, like last night, I tried out some of these things, and we got these on clearance from Hobby Lobby, and I just put a real simple wreath on there from one of the transfers that just came out. But I thought, how cute would that be to make a stack of Christmas cookies and some cellophane, tie it with a pretty ribbon, and then you'd probably have to use the smaller type tags, but stamp your own tag for it. That'd be an excellent, like, teacher's gift or, yeah, anybody gift.
Or candy canes. Like
Candy canes, yeah. Yep. So just look for those end of season. I feel like these were Valentine's Day. And we got these at the, like when they had all their spring stuff marked way down. And then the bigger canisters like this came a little later, probably summer. It was their spring line too.
Yeah.
And these, I think we got them when they were, did we hit the 90% or was this 75? I don't know.
Yeah.
But be sure you check your end of season clearances because that's how I get a lot of these supplies. Well, that's in progress. Those are in progress. I've got 1, 2, 3. We'll get 4 done today. We're close to it. I think on one of the projects next week we've done this before, but we stamp onto tissue paper. And I just saw Debbie do this weekend on her video too, from Debbie's Design Diary. But you can stamp on white tissue and make your own decoupage paper. So you can, any of the stamps can be, he is ready to be done, isn't he?
He's very needy.
He's very needy. Okay, this is still pretty wet. I'm going to dry it and I'll test a corner, and if it looks like it's transferred okay, we'll go ahead and peel it up. If not, I'm going to wait a little longer, and I'll peel this and have a picture of it, but also probably finish it up next week. Okay. I might be rushing it, so I'm not going to take a chance if it doesn't look like it's
ready.
Yeah. So when we release it, we spritz a little bit of water on it, and then I'm only going to do this small section just to see. It's tempting. I feel like maybe it could use a little more time.
Yeah. Well, that's a big...
Yeah. I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna rush it. We're gonna give this, later today, I'll peel this off, but it's gonna be too cute to rush.
Yeah, you don't want to.
All right. So I will get that peeled later, just a little bit. We've got, I think we're pretty covered on the coverage on this. This was metal. We got it all painted up white and ready for next week when we probably put transfers on it, or a combo of stamps and transfers. And then all the little chalkboards are ready for some design of some sort. And we have our, Christmas tags. The super quick and easy transfer on the crock. And the metal as well. That was done last night. And then the paint inlays drying, and then we have Santa. I don't know. He might be my favorite so far. Love him. All right.
Okay.
This is fun. I could keep going, but I feel like we just need time for some of these to
dry
and think about what we want to do. So we'll be back next week, and we will finish some of these up, and I'll have some brand new ones to do. So we will have a whole bunch of Christmas finished. Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. Welcome. It's Mondays with Mom, and I'm here with my mom, Debbie, finishing up Christmas decor from last week because there was so much to do. So let me review what we did last week. It was a lot of fun. We used a lot of the new Iron Orchid designs, transfers and inlays, and some stamps too. So the whole variety of things. I think that's pretty good. I have a good view. Okay, let me show you guys real quick a few of the things we did. So if you remember, we had this crock that was just a simple crock from Goodwill, and we put just a single transfer on it. And then I went and I did open all my bins of Christmas for the booth, and I found the white tree. So I don't know that I'll stick with the white tree, but you get the idea. This would look really cute with some kind of green tree in it too. Yeah. Or if you really wanted to plant a small little tree in it, a real one.
Well, true.
But I love that transfer. It says Christmas Carol, and it's got the birds and the really pretty red border design on that transfer. So that was probably a 2-minute project with like a $3 thrifted crock. Love that. And then so if you remember, our inlay project turned out pretty nice. I did videotape myself peeling this, so when my son edits the video for YouTube, he should be able to overlay that so you guys can see, because that's the best part. It's just when you're peeling it and you see.
And it does good.
Yeah, that might be reversed for you guys, but it's the Merry Christmas. And I'm debating, I definitely want to paint this outer. Amy said, I love wood totes, could never pass them up. Me too, Amy. That's like my #1 find. Always. Yeah, so I'll get to what Mom's doing on that tote in a second, but I really think I want to do this border a little bit more red than it is. This is more of a muted, like rosy red. And I'll probably use the DIY paint color Marquee, and I'm going to try to get to that in this video to paint the frame. But last week, if you remember, I was debating on whether to put some kind of transfers or more colored inlays on the side of this. But I don't know. I'm kind of just happy with it being real simple and just saying Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I like it.
So that's the plan on that one. See what we get to. And then if you remember, we were painting the old mailbox that I got at Goodwill last year.
I love this.
Yes. So Mom, it ended up taking about 3.5 coats of white paint to get through all the, but we did very light coats too, not gloppy coats. So this is the start. So I used a couple elements from a couple different IOD transfers, and I'll put the links in after, but this is just the start. And I'm going to continue with transfers and some on this side as well. Then I might look, when I'm at Hobby Lobby or even maybe Goodwill, look for some kind of greenery to attach to the top. That could, if this was sitting on your front porch or even maybe up on your mantle, I think
You
that
mean
would
like
look
all
really
that
cute.
greenery we threw away? Oh my gosh.
We did a little purging in Mom's shed.
Yeah.
And a lot of purging, not a little. We did a lot. And but you probably still have tons more greenery that we kept.
Yes, I do.
We'll find something that'll look really nice attached to.
You should don't go buying anything.
We don't need to buy anything. You just go to Mom's shed barn. Okay. This was a really good one too. Really simple, like 3 minutes. I framed a piece of the JRV Santa print paper, which I have a couple left of. I think, unless they sold over the weekend, but I don't think they did. And then, was that the end? I haven't gotten any farther on these, but we painted the white onto these little chalkboards. And I think, I have an idea maybe to put a stencil on here, a monogram stencil. I don't know. Or I might put transfers. But JRV came out with a set of stencils that are monograms. So they just have the big capital letters with a bunch of florals around it.
Oh.
You probably can't see that very well. That's an A. But a whole set of these. And if we don't do that, if I don't put them on the board, I was thinking they'd be cute on these little pieces of wood and make them into ornaments.
Oh.
Because even though these are floral on these stencils, you could kind of cover them up with a couple Christmas,
Yes.
add some Christmas transfers to make it a little more Christmassy. But those fit really well on these little coasters. So all kinds of ideas. I know we won't get through everything, but hey Rod, he had put a picture of a cat.
Yep.
So my son Logan is moving home. He's getting home today. He's had a 4-day journey from Washington State in his little 1996 Toyota Corolla. And it's making it.
So far. But you go ahead.
Okay, so this is a handmade wooden tote. I actually got it at a little barn sale that I went to. There's some tape on that side I'm picking at. Last Monday night. Again, like Amy, I never pass up a tote. And she is painting it in the color Anvil, and it's the DIY cottage color that has the built-in top coat. And I have a plan for this. We're going to put the transfer on it with all the one that just came out called Clementine, and it's got all the pretty. It's a little bit Christmassy, but it can really go fall or anything. It's got a lot of elements of different botanicals and fruit. Really pretty. And I think it shows up, from what I've been seeing with other creators, it shows up beautifully on black. That's why we're doing that. Okay. Gotcha. So the other transfer that shows up great on black is my little tote from Hobby Lobby that I got like probably 60 or 70% off. is the gilded. I don't know if you guys have used the IOD gilded yet, but it used to just be gold. But now in this transfer called Figgy and Flourish, they have added 4 pages of silver. So you get 4 pages of silver elements and 4 pages of gold. And it looks amazing. And I tested it out right before we started. That's why we were a couple minutes late on this. And it looks,
I love it.
I mean, you can't tell that that's a transfer at all. It's beautiful. It says Noel. Might be backwards to you guys. But I will probably take a couple more silver things, like they have one with the pine cone and pine. So I'll put a couple kind of to border that, and I think that would be really cute. This, that would be cute for cards too.
Yeah.
So like I say, always check out Hobby Lobby when they're ready to really mark stuff down at their change of seasons. Okay. So that was Figgy and Flourish. Now, the one thing I do want to get started on is this. And we have not used molds here in a while. This was just a thrifted something that says shut the door. And I seriously have put like 3 coats of white over this, and the red wording is still popping through. So I went out and I put a coat of shellac on it. I'm hoping that sealed that in. And now one more coat of white should do it.
Gotcha.
So I'll get to the white paint in a second, but I want to talk about the new St. Nick mold. So this is Santa. We haven't used him yet.
Awesome.
We're going to use some clay, IOD clay, in the Santa mold, St. Nick. And I want to put him on here, so this is going to make like a 3D type sign for Christmas.
Heavy.
Yeah, it's very, it's very well made.
Yes.
And you'll probably want to dry it when you're done. Should I? Well, here, I'll set it like
hang it on my chair.
Will that work? Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. That way you won't have to bend so much. So let me get Santa going here with this IOD clay. Alright. So just a little bit like you were flouring your cake pan. And that just helps it release a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and make these little holly and berry type things that come in the mold as well. Just work it a little bit in your hands, and then you'll put it in and start using your thumbs to kind of push it into all the detail until it's completely flat on the back. If you want it that thick. If you didn't want it quite that thick, you could go a little bit less, I think. Might not get all the edge detail if you did that, but and I haven't used, this is the first time I've used a St. Nick mold, but I'll probably do some of these in resin. The 10-minute quick pour resin as well. Yeah. This is just the rubbing stick to the IOD transfers. Trying to even it out a little bit. And you want it fairly flat because you're going to be gluing this to the surface and you don't want it to be uneven. You want a good solid surface good even surface to adhere it to.
And I'm going to
turn it on. That's fine. I'll put my
mic
mic a little closer.
We still have that hair dryer?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll make sure all the detail's going to show up. Okay, so then I just need to turn it over and peel it up. And it look at that, falls right out. That's so cute. It's the first time I've done that one.
All the details came out.
I know. There he is. That's going to be super cute. Okay, let me get the glue. I'm going to do one thing here, Mom. Throw that out. All right. So I normally use the Quick and Thick, Tight Bond Quick and Thick. I'm getting really low on it, and I know that this is a really good one too, Aileen's Tacky Glue. So we're gonna, it's very, very thick, but it's good crafting glue. All right. And I'm just going to use the popsicle stick to spread it around and make sure I have it all over, including the edges, because I definitely want the edges to lay down. Thanks for joining us. We're finishing up some Christmas projects and starting a couple new ones. Because we have so many ideas.
Oops,
Sorry. I probably have my own rag, but I'll just use yours.
Okay.
All right, so I put all the glue completely covering the Santa. And we're going to get it right onto this little twisted sign that I repainted. I'm not real worried that I can still see some of these letters because I'm going to be painting over Santa and this together with more white paint. So I've already put 3 coats on that, and for whatever reason that red just wanted to keep seeping through. And make sure I've got it centered well. That is so cute. It just makes this little 3D sign. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. So once you get that on there, just lightly press around your edges, making sure you have good contact, but don't press so hard you mess up all the great detail. These DIY brushes are great, and they're super soft, and so I probably won't have any trouble as far as starting the painting on this. And you guys hear me okay? I think so. All right. So let's go back. It's okay.
Take us so long.
It's looking good. You know what? It looks good even with the brown showing through, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe we don't need a second coat on that. I'm liking that.
I'm trying
Yeah, there you go. Let me show them. So we have one coat of anvil. Just a little bit in some spots, yeah. We have one coat of anvil on this, but I kind of like that I can still see
the wood grain.
The wood grain through it. So I don't think I want to put a second coat on that one, Mom. I think let's leave it.
Okay.
But it still needs to dry some, though.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to, at this point, go straight on with transfers. We might be in for a mess.
Yeah, we don't really want a mess.
Do you want to start with trying one of these stencils, the monogram stencils? Yeah. So I'll let you paint. What I'll have you do is paint it white, and then I think we'll stencil in black.
Okay.
And then with this is the monogram set from JRV for these little ornaments, and yeah, I think that's what I want to do. But we're going to stencil. We might stencil an anvil. I might switch it out for a different black. But before you get to that point, you're going to need to paint it white.
Okay. Paint it white then.
Paint it white. He's still not, 100% dry as far as the glue, so I don't want to turn it up too much. But I think that's really cute because I can envision as we go along, we'll have a nice pretty bow up here, maybe some greenery on this wire. But that's the start of the Santa sign. I don't know that we'll go like part 3 on this on this project like next week. I think what I'll do is probably try to finish these up and get some good pictures for you guys. And as I'm going along and finishing them, I'm going to... Do you see something you need fixed? Something's bothering you.
Nose. Is there something on there?
What do you mean? Mom!
Don't you see that?
It doesn't.
Yes.
No. Well, what do you want? Don't keep poking him with the brush.
I'm doing
It's
easy.
get more
I'm
messed
doing
up.
easy.
It's probably the clay, Mom.
Yeah, it is the clay.
Mom's really worried. I didn't even notice that till you said, "Not there." It was a tiny piece of clay that's sticking up. Look, better?
Yeah, it's all gone now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mom, you're hilarious. Okay. I'm going to leave him alone to dry for a second and decide next step on him. I'm actually thinking, too, if I leave him just dark and not coloring him in, the inlay that we used for the Merry Christmas sign, this one, has a lot of small black and white elements that might look good around him. So this I just need to think on. Okay. So these ornaments are just little wood. I think these came from Amazon. I've seen them at Dollar Tree, too. They're just little tiny wood ornaments. Not tiny. They're coaster size ornaments. Mom painted it in white swan, and I want to use, I'll just use A, since that's my name, and it's on the top.
And it has black paint on it.
A little bit. Okay, so, yep. I think I will just try to stencil with the anvil paint that you were using with the stencil brush. See how it looks. Worst case scenario, what do we do?
Paint it over.
Yeah, paint over it. Not a big deal. Maybe we should move your phone. I'm going to end up painting the whole thing. All right, so with the stenciling, I just want to load up my stencil brush and then offload. And see how this looks. I have not used these stencils yet. They're really pretty, though. Some people like to do the pounce, and some people like to kind of swirl it around. I've done both, but I feel like when I'm trying to be extra careful, I don't want to shove the paint up
underneath it.
Right. This is the monogram set that just came out a few weeks ago. All of these are at mamabearblue.com, and I will put the links in the description box. The comment section after the live, as usual. And then if you're local to message me. I don't have these stocked in there yet in the booths, but I can if you want them. A light, going really, really light is always better. And doing a second coat if you need to, than doing a really thick coat all at once.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, I like it. So, of course, that could be any time of year, but I think what I want to do is just add some of little tiny pieces of the Christmas transfers to this when it's dry. And then I think also what I'll do, I need to sand that, is drill a tiny hole in the top of these and then get the ribbon. And I have some really pretty black and white checked ribbon if I go that route. Yeah. I think that would be cute. All right.
I think that'd be a quick thing for your class.
Yeah, I think they might. I'm kind of leaning towards this, and then letting them decide if they want to pick their ribbon and pick the transfers to go on it. You know what else this would look cute on is you could hang them on the stockings, so people would have their, like you do with instead of names, just a monogram.
Mm-hmm. That sucker's head.
And then I might. Do you want to start painting the frame on the Merry Christmas sign? How do you feel about that? You won't. Okay. So we have just one coat because I like the way the brown is showing through. Again, this is the one with all the fruit. If you weren't here at the beginning, looks great on black. So we just put one coat of anvil cottage color on it, and I'm going to try to get started with a transfer. And what I'll do is test a corner, and if it looks like we're too early, I'm not gonna push it. We'll wait. But I liked the oranges. Where did they go? Did I pass them? There they are. It's gonna take some trimming. So that won't though. That'll look cute. This is more like an edge piece, like a corner piece. Let's start there. Grabbing the all right. So this is the piece that I think will look really good up, at least to start it. up on the corner of this tote. Yep. Can never have enough totes. Never, never. Okay, I think I'm going to go with that. It hangs off just slightly, but that's okay. I like that look when the image is continuing off of your picture or your project. It just looks better than it floating in the center.
Right.
Visually. Thanks, Angela. I agree. It is a gorgeous transfer that can be used year-round, Clementine. So, are we coming off here? We are. Alright, it's pretty. So just want to use a dry, soft cloth, burnish it a little bit so that it has good contact with your project. See how pretty it looks on black?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. And that was Clementine, painted in Anvil, the cottage color from DIY, built-in top coat. Yeah, I have my work cut out for me
You want me
this
to
week.
paint the back of this one? I painted the sides.
Yeah, go.
See, the
You have
sides
time
are-
now, since I'm not rushing to stencil that one. If you want to paint the back of that, I think I did get that whole set on Amazon. Like 30 of those. I think they may have been advertised as coasters, but they weren't very. They work out to be like $1 a piece for
That's
that.
pretty good, yeah.
Just need to drill the holes in them for my make and take on Saturday, and
Yeah.
have a nice, pretty variety of ribbon. It's not everybody will. I'm going to have maybe red and black and green out for people to stencil their monogram ornaments. Okay, I wanted to get a couple more of the silver from Figgy and Flourish onto this metal from this transfer set. I did see like the acorn with the pine. Here we go. There we go. I'm going to peel this whole set out. Let's see. So this is one of the silver sheets from Figgy and Flourish from the gilded transfer set. It just came out. But it's got a lot of botanicals and stuff that will look pretty on this. So you fill it with your stuff, you put your cellophane around it with a pretty ribbon, and then they can keep this.
Yeah. That's a good idea,
Yeah.
too. Just all kinds
Just
of ideas.
so many. Endless ideas.
Endless. Right.
I can decide if I want it right by that, or that looks pretty, doesn't it? And maybe I'll balance it out on this side, or I could leave that just Noel and start another
Put a couple of pine cones on
pine
it.
cones on this side in case they want to like use either side.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe let's do it hanging from the top. That's pretty. All right. So just take your time on the gilded ones. They seem to come off faster, but taking your time to make sure that you're looking underneath and make sure you really did get all the metal image down onto the project. That's really pretty. Okay. Get that burnished. So it's just the start. It won't just be one single hanging pine cone, but and then the Noel's on that side. So that's a good start to that. I really love it.
So what are you going to do with these?
I don't know yet. Those are our little painted tags, and I thought they're kind of too big for stockings, you know. They would be cute as gift tags if you had, I know a lot of people do like the tall bundles of gift boxes that have all the presents in them in one big stack. So I don't know. I thought about the monogram or just some transfers. There's so many to choose from.
So,
in
some
those
of the
sets.
kitty.
Yeah. I mean, even a stamp would be pretty. Like some of the stamps would be cute on these. I've had these a long time. This is the last of my batch of those this time. So Santa's drying, and I'm thinking on him. So that's Saint Nick in the clay mold. He's going to make a fun sign of some sort. And we'll get the Merry Christmas frame painted. We've got our mailbox to finish up.
Yeah. But that shouldn't...
It gives you guys a good variety of seeing all the new IOD and different ways to use it. That's going to get a lot more transfers than it has. The flag's on this side, so I need to be careful what I imagine it will stay up. It's going to be just for decor.
Yeah.
But once I have all the transfers on here that I want, I'm going to put a coat of Big Top on this to seal it too. I'm going to do that on everything except I don't seal metal. I usually don't. Like on here. It would be, if I did, I would definitely have to paint the whole thing, because if you just try to do it on there, it's going to show that you just painted there.
Yeah.
So probably won't need to do that on here. But all right, guys, I think we are good. I'm going to spend this week getting all these finished up and get some good pictures for you. If you have any questions at all, be sure to message me. If you're watching on the replay, let us know. And later on YouTube, we appreciate your comments there too. This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. Really.
How simple was that to frame that rice paper with my clearance frame from Marshall's?
Yeah. We can't keep track.
No, we have to hit the clearance aisle in the back of Marshall's every once in a while. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us today, and we will be back next Monday with something different. We'll get all the Christmas cleared out of here and finished, and we will see you next week. Bye.